Hello, hello, my coloring book nasties. Welcome to everyone, but specifically my coloring book nasties, because I know you've all been waiting for this. Finally, sitting down to film a color and chat in my latest coloring book, Deco Dolls. Finally, because we all know what happened with Rococo Ogogo. For whatever reason, I allowed myself to let life get in the way, and it took me forever to film a color and chat for that book. The first and only time, hopefully, right? I'm going to do my best to not allow that to happen again. So, Deco Dolls is available on Amazon as a printed copy, such as the one that you're going to see me coloring in today. Or if you prefer to print on your own paper and you prefer loose sheets, visit my Etsy shop. Bound books, always on Amazon. Printables in my Etsy shop. Occasionally, I do have signed copies in my Etsy shop as well. Okay, so let's get on into the book. Today we're going to play with my Ohuhu pastel markers. By the way, everything that I use is listed down below, listed and or linked. I do have Amazon affiliate links for the items that I use, but you are not obligated to use that link. Purchase the supplies wherever you'd like. Although I will say that I think the Ohuhus, you can only get them on Amazon right now, I think. I'm not sure if they're available at any brick and mortar. So let's get on with the page. We are going to keep it with markers. I think markers and gel pens is what we're going to do today, which is what I often do. But I'm in the mood for a little simplicity today, because I truly am just in the mood to use a pastel color palette. But I think I'm going to try something that I do in my artwork, but I'm not sure that I have filmed or at least highlighted extensively in any of my color and chat videos. So I'm not sure if I'm going to end up, so why am I even mentioning it? I don't even know. But I think I'm going to, and we'll talk about that when we get there. But it's just a basic marker and pen. Is it a technique? I suppose it's a technique, though. No, it's not. It's just a style. It's a stylistic choice, we'll call it. So we'll see. We'll see if we even get there. If not, well, this was a moot point, and it's something that I will explore in a future color and chat. So why did I waste your time yammering on about it? I do apologize for that. And I kind of apologize and I kind of don't for the state of my nails. As you can see, my nails are still in their natural state. I did put the fake ones back on for a week and a half. And then once they started to, well, that's the thing with the fake nails, is that they only last about a week to a week and a half on me. And it's for the best, truly, because I can't stand having the same manicure for more than a few days. A week is pushing it, truly. I change my nail color at least twice a week. But yeah, I had the nails on, and then because my natural nails have grown beyond the point of them being comfortable having something on top of them, I've just decided to keep them off. Do I miss them? Oh my god, yes. I feel like such a stump. Little Vienna sausages, my little sparkly Vienna sausages. I can't stand it. But this is what happens. If you are new to my channel, you don't know this, but years ago I used to actually grow my natural nails really long, and then the thing is once they start to chip and to break, I just cut them all off. I cut them all off down to the nub, and then I begin growing them out again by putting fake ones over top. Well, we're in that state where I'm in the mood. I've been wearing the falsies for years now, and I think it's just time to let the natural nails grow in. So that's all. But if you enjoy seeing my manicures on my stiletto nails, I know, I miss it too, but we just have to be patient and allow the natural ones to grow in, and then we'll be fine, baby, we'll be fine, she says. Until I start to miss them something awful. and then, you know, I put them back on. But truly, it's not comfortable putting false nails on top of natural nails that grow beyond the fingertip. I wish, but it's just not. I will say it's nice being able to type like a human does, though. That's a plus. That's cute. I think I'm gonna leave a little bit of white. So Deco Dolls, Deco Dolls. What is Deco Dolls all about? Well, if you are new to my channel, new to my Color and Chats, hi, hello, welcome. Sit in the front so that we can all judge you accordingly. We do it with love. We do it with a little bit of snark in there, but we do it mostly with love. Deco Dolls is my latest coloring book, and the theme is Retro Deco through my... Oh, I'm sorry, Retro Deco. Retro Deco is my other book. I've mentioned it, Freudian slip. Well, first of all, I can't stand Freudian slips, excuse me, but it was a Freudian slip because I had Retro Deco on my mind. Why do I think Freudian slips are crap? I think people put way too much weight on a Freudian slip. Truly way too much weight. But that's one of my weird pet peeves that we won't get into today. But Art Deco is what I meant. Art Deco through my lens. And my lens is highly influenced by the 1980s. If you know your fashion history, if you know your aesthetic history, you may be familiar with the fact that Art Deco as a whole, as an art movement, did play a huge role in the 70s and the 80s, primarily the late 70s. And some people might be shaking their head going, wait, no, how? We know that it was quite prominent in the 80s, but in the 70s, girl, what are you talking about? Okay, let me give you an example, because I'm not losing my mind here. Studio 54 had, well, the building and then the interior designers who designed it did play up Art Deco elements. And Studio 54 was, of course, founded in what year? Trivia time. Trivia time, does anybody know? Does anybody know? 1977. I'm obsessed with disco. I'm obsessed with the whole Studio 54 mystique. So I know Art Deco was huge in the late disco era. If you watch the mid-70s to up until about the mid-80s, there was a nice little Art Deco revival happening. If you look at or watch episodes of Midnight Special or Soul Train, you will see in the background these stage elements, all of the stage sets, the props, and all of that had a very distinct, modern, at least for the era, take on Art Deco with the shapes and the lights and the colors and all of that. It was vaguely Art Deco in style, but with a very 70s gaudy, fantastic color palette. Got it? And then the 80s took it and kind of computerized it with the synthwave and the vaporwave aesthetics and the pastels and the all of that, you know? Okay. I won't get too deep into it, but just know Retro Deco is all about that Art Deco 80s new wave with a slight touch of disco infusion. So now, having said all of that, I encourage people to take Retro Deco and, do I keep calling it Retro Deco? Okay, I keep calling it Retro Deco, you guys, because I have previously released a coloring book by the name of Retro Deco. Where is she? Girl, where are you? And this one, there were Art Deco elements definitely prominent in this book, but this one was more focused on the synth wave, the new wave, that aesthetic, the more technology driven, that nostalgic Memphis design look of the 80s in many respects. And in this one, because I'm so enamored with Art Deco, I decided to revisit the theme but focus harder on the Art Deco. And that's why it keeps slipping. She keeps slipping and keeps calling it retro deco. But this one is very definitely a Deco Dolls. Okay, so let's do... Now, what was I saying before I went off on a tangent of correcting myself? I think I was about to say that because this is, or although this is a book based in not necessarily traditional Art Deco, but because it is based on the origins of Art Deco, and then exploited via the 70s and 80s, I am not sticking true to the aesthetic, and I encourage you all to go ham on this thing. It is Art Deco, yes, but definitely play up those funky elements of the weird color palettes of the 80s. Just screw around and have a jolly old bloody good time, yeah? Please do. Case in point, this neon monstrosity of a skin tone. She's, look, jaundice, but make it fabulous. I use yellow a lot as a skin tone because, and I've said this a million trillion times, in my coloring books, I never, ever try to be realistic. I enjoy playing around in my books, and that includes funky skin tones, because I see my skin tone every single day. I don't know how well it translates on camera, but I believe it's a neutral skin tone. That's what they would refer to it as. But I have a very severely yellow undertone. It's so disgusting. I mean, I love it because it looks great with my purple. You guys know purple is my signature color. But all in all, it's a very difficult skin tone to work with. But I see my skin tone every day. Now is it looking more peach on screen? Trust me, in person it's yellow. People actually comment on it. They're like, your skin is it's odd. Like, I know. I'm a vampire. Leave me alone. I'm trying to look human. But I see my skin tone every day. I see the skin tone of my friends, of my neighbors, everyone. It's like, okay, black, brown, peach, pale, 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 Irish person. Yeah, I see it all, and it's boring. It is the middle of summer, and oh my gosh, I'm so sorry about my dog. Oh, Bentley, stop. I'm trying to film. Let me see if I can get him to quit the yapping. Summer, and I live in an ancient building, and our air conditioning units are constantly crapping out. Mine crapped out not too long ago. You saw me griping about it in a vlog if you watch my vlog, but somebody else's just crapped out, and so the maintenance guy is crawling all over the roof, and Bentley is not having it. Okay, so in terms of the outfit, you know what I want to do? I don't know why, but she's vibrant, she's gorgeous, vibrant-ish, she's, you know, pastel-ish for the most part. This is crazy bright, but I want to do a neutral gray outfit, like a nice silvery gray. We're gonna do it. So back to what I was saying about skin tones. Look, skin tones are perfectly fine. Everyone's got one, okay? But in truth, I'm a creature of extremes. Do I enjoy subtlety? Yeah, I suppose. But I love, 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 and I've said this, I've beat this to death too, ultra pale or ultra dark. There's something about high contrast that speaks to me clearly. If you've seen my artwork, you know I love bright, obnoxious contrasts and things. But super deep, deep, deep skin tones and super pale. I mean, and I'm not talking just light skin. I mean albino. Albino are just the most beautiful colors, because when people who are ultra pale or ultra dark wear bright colors, oh my god, it's just eye candy that is just beyond. I love it, love it, love it. If you're a stickler for tradition, that's cool, honey. Color all the natural skin tones you like. I remember being so excited when I was a child, seeing that they had a multicultural set of crayons and markers at the store. I'm like, Crayola, it's about time. I want multicultural skin tone colors. And then, of course, did I use them? I did use them, but I wasn't excited about it. I still wanted my pink-skinned people and my purple-haired, blue-skinned. When I was a kid, I used to use the color blue a lot. Didn't like it though, but I used it. I'm telling you, I've always been a weird child. And the thing is now that I'm older, I realize all the times that I would fight my own weirdness because I was kind of ashamed of it as a kid. Not really, but kind of. Case in point with the marker and the crayon colors. When I was a kid, I would still color skin tones in funky colors. Pink. I mean, they were a little bit more normal. Like I would use pale pastel oranges and pinks. I wouldn't go anything extreme and go with, you know, a deep forest green or something like that. But I would use offbeat colors. And then, of course, because the adults in your life tell you, don't do that, I stopped. Didn't stop always, but I would catch myself. That's what I mean to say, is that I would catch myself doing it and I would hesitate. And more often than not, I would end up not following through. Sometimes I would and sometimes I wouldn't. It's just, it's so sad. It's so sad realizing those things. It's like, why are adults like that? Why do they do these things? Just think for a moment how much cooler the world would look and how much more accepting the world would be if no one reprimanded kids for being kids. And I'm not talking about being dirty, sticky savages. I'm talking about in terms of creativity. Just allow the children to do what they want in their coloring books and shut up about it. Just shut up about it. There would be fewer self-conscious issues. I would venture to guess that there would be less depression, all of that. Because people wouldn't be there, less depression because there would be less suppression, if that makes any sense. That's just my brain for you. And this right here, I think that's just going to be a solid gray as well. This is quick. We just trying to snap my fingers with markers in my hands. Not very successful. But this was a quickie. This was a quickie. I mean, we love a quickie, and she's definitely, yeah, I like it. Now, do I give her skin a little bit of dimension with a little bit of gray? Should we? I don't know. I hesitate and then I do it as I'm hesitating. But I say that often to you, that if you are beginning to question and doubt something, that's when you must force yourself to do it. Overthinking kills. Overthinking kills. true story. If I overthought and allowed myself to be consumed by my overthinking, I would not be doing this today. I would not be an illustrator. I would not be living my desert fantasy. I would not be living my fabulous loner life. My creative hermit life is what I should say. I like that. I like the little bit of shadow. Ooh, I like it lots. Okay, so because this page is going by so quickly, I feel as though the background needs a little bit of color. She looks great on her own, but I want a little something back there. Maybe. We'll leave it alone. We'll leave it alone for the moment, and what I will do, though, is I will begin exploring what I mentioned briefly at the beginning that I had wanted to do on this page. And so what that is, it's going to blow your mind. It's not going to blow your mind. Truly, it is nothing revolutionary. It is something that I do on a regular basis. The thing is that I truly don't believe that I've shown this on camera. Why? It's just one of those things that I hadn't done it on a video. It's as simple as that, and so therefore it just never made it onto the channel. But what I'm going to be doing is adding depth and hatch marks with gel pens, and I also want to add a boatload of sparkle to this. So I'm going to reach for a clear jelly roll sparkle. It's nothing but glitter. And I do want my silver sparkle pop as well. Okay. Are we ready for this revolutionary technique? It's not. It's called sarcasm. It's called sarcasm, if you didn't pick up on that. This is all that it is. Going through with the gel pen. Could you conceivably do this with marker? Yeah, you don't need to buy, and these are not gel pens actually, I'm sorry, they're just regular inking pens. You could go in with a marker and do this and add the depth, but I prefer to keep these details as tiny as possible. Why? Because it adds just a little bit of interest and a little bit of texture to the page. Visual texture, not physical. It's all optical. But this is literally all that it is. I'm simply adding lines to the page. And in some places this appears to be shading. Some people shade with hatch marks, with cross hatching, or squiggles and scribbles. I tend to use scribbles and squiggles quite frequently. So that's all. This is all. But as simple as it is, it's one of those techniques that when you employ it, the effects are subtle, but they're so subtle and beautiful that you don't know why it looks good, but you just know that it does. You just look at it and you go, oh, that's a nice page. But you can't really quite put your finger on why. It's like, oh, is it because of the color palette, or is it because of X, Y, and Z? And it's just because of the subtle shading. It's nice. Nothing groundbreaking at all, but it just looks good. Now, admittedly, this probably is not going to be my favorite page that I've ever done this on. I can already tell, but that's neither here nor there. It's a coloring page. It's not that serious. I'm just in the mood to do it, so I'm gonna do it. Whether or not I end up liking it or destroying the page, I don't care. It's about having fun with the process, and that's exactly what we're doing. See? That's it. That's it. Brain surgery, it certainly is not. Now, that being said, this is going to take quite some time to finish because of the size of the pen. Again, you don't need to use these exact pens. I like these because they're very thin. They are the Stabilo .88s. See, I don't think I've ever used these on my channel, have I? I have a ton of them. I love them. But look, as a matter of fact, there, I have them in my color palette right here. Black, magenta, pink. I love them. Those or the, do you see the color trends here? My colors. The Le Pens. These are called Le Pen. These work just as good. Le Pen. Or if you have, I only have one on hand at the moment, but the Staedtler Triplus Fine Liner. These are also good. So if you don't have the .88s, the Staedtler Fine Liners or the Le Pen. I happen to like all of them for stupid reasons. First of all, these are very cheap. These are the cheapest of the bunch, but I like the retro look of them. To me, they look like something that was available in the 80s. They may have been, I don't know. I've not done my deep dive into the history of the Stabilo .88. But I like them because they have the hexagonal body, they look retro, and the cap is my favorite part because there's no clip on the cap. It's just a cap with no clip. Love that. The Staedtlers are the sleek one. Triangular body, sleek silver pen, love it. There's nothing to say about the ink. They work just fine. It's just the body of the pen. Sleek, feels good in the hand. And these are just the cute ones. Now these are a little stubby. That's where these annoy me a little bit because they are stubby, but they have the full color body, which is nice. So stupid reasons to choose each one, but any of them will work. If budget is an issue, .88s. You can purchase them in sets or open stock. I, unfortunately, live in a place where we have no art stores. We have one local, I don't even know if it's still open, one locally owned art store. But here's the thing. I'm all about supporting small business because I am one, but the people who own this art store, we'll just put it this way, there's money there and they put an art store in a rich city. Now, I'm not rich. Not everyone who lives in Palm Springs is wealthy at all. But the small businesses, many of them cater to the wealthy, we'll say. And so the prices reflect that. And not only that, but Palm Springs is just expensive when it comes to rent. An art store cannot survive out here unless they cater to the rich. And they price accordingly. Their selection is so incredibly tiny. Their prices are exorbitant. And so I don't often shop there. And unfortunately, I am left to my own devices, and I only shop when I go out of town, or I order from either Amazon or who have I ordered from? Blick. I do shop at Blick a lot as well. I do enjoy Blick. They have a good selection and their prices are excellent. Usually. Not always, but sometimes. I have a Michaels. That's the closest. The closest we're going to get to an art store out here. And yeah. My Michaels is crap. And just Michaels art selection, not the best. Hobby Lobby as well. We have a large Hobby Lobby, but I can't figure Hobby Lobby out, you all. I simply cannot, because we've talked about this. I am all for everyone having their set of beliefs, but I draw the line at bigotry. And I mean, obviously bigotry and racism are absolute no-nos, but I live in Palm Springs, huge gay community out here. And I know so many gay men who shop at Hobby Lobby. I know many who don't even want to look at the place. They pass by and say, spit on you, you vile creature. But so many of them shop there, okay? And so, if it doesn't bother them, why then would it bother me? Because you guys know, I don't label myself gay, straight, bi, pan, lesbian, blah, blah, blah. I'm just me. You know, I don't label myself, and I don't get all involved in the hoopla. I just do what I want. So, I've been to Hobby Lobby. I've not been to Hobby Lobby in, my goodness, oh wow. Well, wait, I went with a friend who was shopping there, by the way, a gay man who was shopping. But for me purchasing something, God, it's been a couple years. No, that's not true. That's not true. Last summer I purchased some wax melts. They have great wax melts. They're inexpensive and they smell delicious. So, yeah, but anyway, long story longer, Hobby Lobby and Michaels are my only options. Hobby Lobby is I don't know. Because the day all the gays of the world riot and say, nobody shop at Hobby Lobby, all of them together, if they join the little gay hats and have a little gay party and throw glitter at Hobby Lobby, then, okay, fine. I will never shop there again. So it's a little, I'm teetering on the edge with that one. When the gays tell me not to shop there, then I will not. Same with Chick-fil-A. I know many gays who eat at Chick-fil-A, and I know others who swear it off. So, I don't know. I had Chick-fil-A for the first time ever 2 weeks ago. If any of you are Chick-fil-A devotees, why? It was fine. Their chicken was good. I had a grilled chicken sandwich. The chicken was fine. It was probably some of the best, if not the best, fast food grilled chicken I've ever tasted. It was good chicken, but overall, we're talking about the meat portion, that was fine. But everything else was lackluster. Their sauces were way too sweet. Did not appreciate that. Their bread was it was I'm not a huge meat eater either, but we wanted to go to Chick-fil-A. I'd never been. And so I thought, yeah, okay, let's go. So we go, and not impressed. I'm not a big meat eater, but I love fish. Chicken, every once in a while. Turkey, I love a turkey sandwich. I do eat turkey. Turkey and fish are my things. Jesus, did we go on another tangent? Of course we did. I believe before I started on that little rave about art supplies, rant and rave about art supplies and Hobby Lobbies and the gays and the blah, I was going to say that I'm going to take a break and finish the rest of the pink lines. off camera, and then, you know, we just got derailed. So I will tell you what the plan is, and then I will follow through with the plan, and then I will meet up with you. So I'm going to be finishing the rest of the line work with the pink pen. And then up in the green, I'm going to do the same with the green, but we're also going to sparkle this gal. And what I mean by that is we are going to, up here, let's see. Oh, this is so subtle that I'm not even sure this will translate at all on camera, because this is a neon green. So it is highly unlikely that you are seeing this. But what I'm going to do is, when I finish, well, we'll do it on this little section here, and you'll see. Oh my gosh, they're still working on my neighbor's air conditioner. My air conditioner broke on a day that happened to be a desert monsoon day. So I only had to live with a boiling hot apartment overnight because they were able to fix it the next day. But today it's a good 110 degrees outside. I don't know if my neighbors are home. I would assume not. They probably left, you know, to go hang out at a coffee shop or go to a store or something. But I can't imagine. Having no AC in this weather, my God. I love the desert, but one thing about Palm Springs, and it's this desert in particular, because I love the desert. I love the Arizona desert. I love the Mojave Desert, up north of me, up high in the mountains where the Joshua trees are. But here in Palm Springs, we get so little rain, it's actually depressing. If you live in Arizona, first of all, if you live in Arizona, hey, hello, say hi. I love Arizona. You guys get so much better rain, so much better weather, I should say, than we do here in Palm Springs. Your desert gets rain. Ugh, we don't. It makes me sad. I mean, when we do get it, I'm out there at 2 in the morning running around doing my Julie Andrews spinning in the meadow, enjoying the weather. It's beautiful. Desert rainstorms are gorgeous. Okay, so here's what's happening. Now I'm questioning whether I wanted to do it or not, but I will. So I'm going to take my silver pen. This is just clear, a clear suspension with, oh my God, I'm not even going to be able to use this. I just realized something. That, do we see what's happening here? Do we see this? There's a portion right here that's empty. The ink appears to have dried in my marker. So we're not, oh shit, we can't do it. Okay, well, plan B. There's still a little in there, but I need more. Shoot. Do I truly not have another one of those pens? Oh my God. I mean, is that my last one? Great. Something else I need to add to the shop. Oh, wait, no. Oh, we have another one. Okay. Crisis averted. Okay, so now we can, how did that even happen? That's bizarre. Okay, so I'm going to go over all of the green portions with clear glitter. Now, it's not going to be a solid color fill. There's no real rhyme or reason to where I'm placing the glitter. It's just getting placed. Actually, no, I think I will do a solid. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. We'll see. We'll see. I'm just gonna continue to play because unfortunately, this glitter, although it is clear, it does tend to darken the color beneath because it's clear, but it's clear-ish. So I do want to see some of that green peeking through though. So yeah, it won't be a solid color fill. Stop. Stop. Stop, 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 stop. This is dead. No. No, it's not. Okay. I do not like this page. Started off good, now I'm at the point where I don't like it, but you guys know that sometimes it just happens. And then at the end, it comes together. I don't think that's gonna happen today. I think this is gonna be one of those pages that I consider to be a fail. Was it fun to work on? Yeah, of course. But not a favorite. Not a favorite. Had the potential to be, and I messed it up. That's all right. Okay, so pink line work, then I'm going to do the clear glitter on the green, and then I will check back in with you when all of that is done. So since I already dislike the page, I figured we're just gonna go all in. We're gonna go all in and we're gonna start slapping color and doing whatever we want. So I grabbed another marker, we put some in the background, and we are going to scribble and make a royal mess with this, which is fine because we're not attached to this at this point. And all I'm going to do is, let's see, do I want to, now this I'm going to think a little bit about. We're not going to overthink, but from a layout perspective, let's see here. I want to do a swirly 80s thing in the background. Okay, so I guess now I am thinking too hard. So one of those. Very cute. It's a big old nothing is what it is, but it's cute. Putting a bit more of that funky 80s flavor into it, and we're gonna leave it there for the moment. And then I do want some silver. She's got to have some silver sparkle. These eyes are bugging me, so she's gonna get this gorgeous silver glitter on her liner. I think what's going to make this page for me at this point, because I already don't like it, is I'm gonna add some scritchy scratchy line work, a complete 180 from the intentions that I had for this page, which was going to be a soft, subtle pastel dream of an 80s page. You know, those ugly color palettes from the early 80s, or I'm sorry, from the mid to late 80s bleeding into the 90s with the peaches and the seafoamy greens and the pastel pinkies. And that's what I had. That's what I had in mind for this, and she clearly did not want that. She said, girl, I don't. You can try, but that wild goblin brain of yours is going to want to do things to me. So yeah, she wasn't wrong, and that is exactly what ended up happening. So we veered off course significantly, and you know what? That's cool. I'm not complaining. But now it's a question of, am I going to end up liking this detour that we took? Because you can, that's the thing about color, is that, well, that's the thing. There are many things about it. But with adult coloring, the issue that I'm focusing on right now is the lack of freedom and the lack of fun that people instill into their pages. I've said this a bajillion times that, yeah, people, they take their books too seriously, blah, 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 blah. But there's this issue of, you straddle a line of, I have this beautiful line art. Do I want to go buck wild and make a royal mess out of it and just play and destroy the artwork? Or do I want to experiment and explore my creativity, my inner monster? And that's a conflict with people. And I find myself occasionally, not often by any means, but I find myself saying, oh, you know, today would be nice to create a page from start to finish that I know I'm going to like. That would be nice. Just a nice, easy breezy page. Just keep it easy, make it beautiful, something that you know, stick to the formula that you know is going to work, and just make something beautiful. And although the results would be beautiful, I would not find the process enjoyable. So the issue is, do I sacrifice my fun to guarantee myself a nice result? Or do I stick with rigidity that's a little less fun? Wait, did I say that right? Do I sacrifice my fun in the name of being a little bit more rigid to ensure a beautiful result? Or do I screw the result and enjoy the process and ruin the artwork, the line art in the process? Have fun and make a mess, have a little less fun, but then have something beautiful afterward. I don't know why it was so convoluted for me. Why my brain convolutes things in such ways that I'm unable to articulate. It's annoying. I have so much, I attribute it to my having way too much in my brain at once, and just sitting down to film a video like this, coloring, chatting, thinking. I have a tendency, obviously, to get a little scatterbrained, but it's just because I have so much going on that while I'm sitting here speaking with all of you, I am actively compartmentalizing everything else. I have a coloring book that I need to work on. I have like a new coloring book, my new one that's going to be released, oh gosh, I don't know, sometime before the end of the year. I don't want to put a deadline on it, but I have that to think about. I have my Cacti and Cacti brand to think about. I have a couple little projects going on for that. I have my new brand that I'm launching this fall. So I have a lot of things on my mind, and I compartmentalize daily. I've gotten better at dividing my week, which has been such a big help. I dedicate a couple of days of the week to one brand, another couple of days to another brand, another couple of days to another brand, and then I have one wild card day where I just tie up any loose ends and do whatever needs to get done. And that has helped with structure and with mental clarity significantly. I can't express to you. And I just started doing this last month. So in July, I started structuring my week. First, it started by structuring my day, and that was helping, but it wasn't enough because I'm balancing so much. So now I'm actually, a couple of days, it's all art, vlogging, art, everything for my personal brand. Those 2 days, it's all I do. That's it. Other 2 days, focus is on my other brand. That's what I do all day. Now, if I have less to do for one brand and I find that I've finished everything that I need to do, then I'm free to, like, say, for instance, Cacti and Cacti. if I have a ton of work for my personal brand and a little bit of work for Cat Eyes and Cacti, on a Cat Eyes and Cacti day, I will complete everything for Cat Eyes and Cacti. If I feel like catching up for the next day or the next week, I can do that, but I can also return to my personal brand and do a little bit more work on that. But the priorities are set, and that helps a lot. No, I do not have ADHD. Before someone complains, Karla, why'd you say it in such a condescending manner? No, shut up. Don't be an idiot. I didn't say it in a condescending manner. And did that sound harsh? Oh, Karla, you're so mean. Yeah, because I can't stand it when people say stupid things. They make assumptions based on an inflection of a person's voice. No, I don't have ADHD. And no, I did not mean that to sound condescending. It's, look at people who are autistic. Look at people who are autistic, okay? They do not articulate the way that most of us do. They might be very excited, and it may not seem like they are. They may be absolutely devastated inside, but you wouldn't know it. And it's just, God, and vocal inflections mean absolutely nothing. So don't judge someone on those. I can't stand it because that actually affects my life. Not in any profound way, but it affects me in the sense that my tone of voice and my inflections get misinterpreted so often that it becomes a nuisance because I have to explain myself. I never apologize, but I have to correct people and be like, no, it's not what I meant. I'm not going to work on changing my voice and such, but it's just, that's ridiculous. When I started my YouTube channel, I was a little bit concerned about it because I thought, oh my God, I know how I come across to people and the way that I speak. It's going to rub people the wrong way, and it's going to be a huge turnoff, and people aren't going to watch my channel because they don't understand the way I speak. And yeah, I was concerned about it for a little while, but those concerns quickly dissipated because I realized it wasn't worth the effort. Shout out to any autistic people I have out there, any people who are ADHD, by the way. I know I gotta have some of you, right? Actually, no, I know for a fact I have a couple of you. So hi, if you're watching this video. Yeah, this line work, this black line art is, it's gonna make this page for me if I end up liking it. So what we're doing, so we're doing a lot of today. I'll try to knock it off. By line work, I mean my scritchy scratchy lines, my squiggles, my swirls, my thises and my that's. And that's what we're gonna do. And then I'm going to take that into the entire page. And again, just for the sake of not allowing this color and chat to become a 6-hour ordeal, I'm going to do just a little bit of work on her turban, head wrap, scarf, whatever the hell this thing is. I will show you what I'm doing. Just adding depth in a manner that you've seen me do a million times. I just go in, add some black, and voila. There's truly nothing to it. You know what that reminded me of just now, because I'm starving, and when I turn the camera off, I'm going to eat. But I'm going to make some tea in my little teacup. I started off with iced coffee in my tiki glass, but we're going to move on to tea in a teacup. There's nothing to it. Willy Wonka, when he's sipping out of the, I don't know if it's a buttercup cup, he takes a crunch out of the teacup. You know what I mean? You know that scene? I don't know why, My mind gravitated towards that scene just now. It's the teacup, I suppose. It's the fact that I'm hungry and he was able to eat the teacup, and I'm so hungry that I will likely attempt to consume my teacup. Perhaps that's what it is. Perhaps those are the connections my brain makes. Okay, so this is where I leave you, because your girl does need to eat. I'm losing it. I'm becoming a little lightheaded. So we're going to eat. I need to get some proper food in me, because all I had all day today, let me tell you, she goes again. My sleeping schedule has officially fallen off the wagon. This happens. I do very, very well for a month-ish, a month and a couple weeks. And then slowly the late nights start to come back. The tossing and turning slowly comes back. I'm in bed at midnight. I fall asleep by 1 o'clock in the morning. Everything's peachy. We love it. We're digging it. And then tick tock, tick tock. Weeks pass. Oh, it's 2 in the morning. It's fine. Oh, it's 3 in the morning. It's fine. And then we fall off the wagon. The sun is rising and I'm falling asleep. Last night was the worst that it's been in a long time. I was in bed at 1 a.m., which is not exorbitantly late. My rule is generally be in bed at midnight and be asleep by 1:30. Okay. Well, I was in bed, and this is very frustrating for me because at this point, I'm not sure if it's self-control issues or what. Because the thing is my sleep schedule, we do okay. We do okay for a couple of weeks. I take melatonin, and then I get off, and then I'm okay for a month and a half, and then I fall off, and it's like clockwork. A month and a half tops is a cycle. A couple weeks of melatonin or a couple days of melatonin, we regulate, and then a month and a half, 2 months later, boom, right back where we started. And so I'm in bed 1 o'clock, 1:30, whatever it was. 7:15 a.m., guys. I didn't fall asleep until 7:15 a.m. And it's not to say I didn't try, because I did, but I couldn't. And if I did fall asleep, I would wake up 5 minutes later. It was awful. And so I went to sleep at around 7:15 a.m. and I woke up at 10. 3 hours of sleep. Less than 3 hours. And yet, look at me. Do I seem as though I am lacking any energy? That cannot be healthy. And not only that, but I hate waking up later. 9 is my max. 8 o'clock, 8:30, that's my sweet spot. If I wake up at 7:45, that's perfect. I love that time of morning. But 8 o'clock. 8 to 8:30 is where I like to be. 9 is pushing it. But, oh man, the failure was too much. And I will say that even though I'm not tired, I don't get sleepy, I don't get tired and sluggish during the day, I can tell that I did not sleep enough. There's like a little, is it a pressure? There's a sensation in my brain that doesn't feel right. It's almost as though, like right behind my ocular nerve, right in there, something just doesn't feel like it's present. I can feel it. If that makes sense. Not my optic nerve necessarily, but I can feel a certain sensation back there in that general region of my brain. And that happens when I don't get enough sleep. So there's got to be something there. It's got to be some kind of chemical issue. I don't know what, but there's something there. Because this is nothing new. This has been going on for years and years and years. It's just something that I can't regulate on my own. And again, I don't know if it's mental. I don't know if it's purely chemical, or if it's, again, my brain firing on all cylinders all the time. But girl, that's not healthy. It's not healthy to get so little sleep and then be able to be, hey, what's up, You know, it's crazy. I don't understand it. I mean, I love it because I don't want to feel like a sluggish slob all day, but that can't be good for you. But on the plus side, maybe that'll result in my falling asleep at a decent hour tonight, because that's often the plus side, is that sometimes I sleep very little, but then I sleep at a normal hour. So we'll see. We'll see. In any case, I'm going to go now. I'm going to stop talking. I'm going to eat. And I will see you a little later. And here she is. We are all done with this lovely little 1980s Art Deco inspired sparkly confection. The only thing that I worked on while I stopped filming, I did eat, by the way. She's fed, the monster is appeased. So all I did was add just a few touches of white highlight for some sparkle. We needed to have just a little bit of sparkle, and that was it. I made a big to-do about going to eat and then coming back to return to this page, when all she did was put some white pen on it. But nevertheless, she's done. She's cute. And she was easy. I did spend a lot of time flapping my gums in this video, so it took me longer than it would have had I just shut my mouth and worked in silence. So take this as inspiration if you are interested in working on a page and don't want to obsess and agonize over a page for hours, days, weeks, months. You just want to sit down for under an hour and kick something out. Keep it simple. Few scriggly lines, couple of marker colors, boom, you're done. You don't need anything else. Keep the background plain, just a little something something in the background, and you are good. All of that being said, thank you so much for hanging out. I hope that you enjoyed this color and chat in the lovely Deco Dolls. Again, everything you need to know will be down below. Links to the book, both the bound version, the printable, links and or the names of the supplies will be listed down below if you're interested in peeking at what I use or grabbing something from yourself. Social media links, everything you need to know will be down below. Subscribe to the channel if you have not already. Hit that like, of course, because it helps your girl out. And follow me on Instagram. All right, time to go. I hope that you enjoyed it. I'll see you in the next one. Bye.